Hey, what the fuck is up, y'all? This is Kreyz McKormik up in this motherfucking bitch. And I see that people are already up in the chat. Violent George, or Lockside Gimp, Spooky Tuesday. What the fuck is up, y'all? And Violent George also showing love with that Jugganati logo right there. But before I get into anything, let's go ahead and get into the super fucking absolutely disgusting, gross, shitty fucking shilling. Shall we? We're going to get into that in a minute, Spooky Tuesday. First off, Super Chat is available. So if you want to help donate, bottom left of the fucking chat, there's a little dialer sign. Hit that if you want to help support the channel, or if you want to help support some of the other shit that I'm actually going to be getting to after I'm done with the shilling. STREAMLAB is also available. Link is in the description below. Patreon is available for $1, $5, $10, and $17 fucking Patreons. One is just open access to Patreon exclusive content, $5 for shoutouts for such motherfuckers as Deep Venom, Rick So Rude, and last but not least, Spooky Tuesday. Those motherfuckers are getting the bonus of getting shouted out because they are putting down at least $5. $10 is supposed to be a portal to a Patreon exclusive room in my Discord, which link is in the description for that below. You have to scroll down a little bit and find Crazy Cord. Fuck you, Violent George. Tucker already with the fucking offers of trying to get me the hookup. He wants to go streaking and stuff like that if I get $100. So let's try to get up in there. If we can knock D-Venom down to 2% today, Tucker will go streaking. Well, and with a Jugganati sticker on his dong, like Renaissance art sinisterism. So let's get that popping. Also, I also might as well throw this in there. Drakkengarb is available. Teespring.com/Drakkengarb. Link is in the description below. There should also be links for my super fucking fresh Gamerman shirt. And there should also be a link in the description for my hoodie. So go ahead and pop that up. $17 is all you need in order to fucking plink that down unless you're overseas, and then it's kind of a fuck up. I don't know how they're doing the overseas thing, but I did hear recently that Teespring does have a UK store, so that way they don't have to do international shipping and all of that shit, and that saves you a little bit of money. But I have not set up anything. I think I should probably set it up so that way it's just 17 pounds, just for the sake of fuck. So we're going to go ahead and get into some shit when it concerns this. Like, there's a couple of things that, you know, with this channel, I like to, you know, I try not to put down the news or anything like that. That's usually what my Crazy House podcast is supposed to be for, even though I don't fucking hook it up all that much. Oh, and by the way, I might as well add that if you guys could, because I'm already in the midst of doing this shit, get up on social media, share the link to this live stream. And that way I can whore myself out in the greatest of fashions, in only a way that Kreyz McKormik can fucking do. Because, you know, I mean, I'm sure that there's probably better people out there that can whore themselves out, Child's Play Ninja, but not, you know, like, I'm not as good as them. So, with that being said, we rolling, boom. Put your hat on your dong, Tucker. Oh, God. What the fuck is wrong with you people? So, I gotta tell you some shit. Some of y'all do follow me on my personal Facebook page. I never posted this on my public figure page, but I'm here to tell you. So, I've been having a rather shitty last 2 weeks when it concerns my job. And I know that there is somebody that is floating around here sucking my dick in my live stream whenever I go live, and then they'll go on the Replicon chat boards for their polls, and then they'll try to fucking utilize whatever it is that I talk about on here and try to use it against me as if I give a fuck. But I'm going to tell you guys what has been going down for the last couple of weeks. So, I might have actually already said this on a live stream before, but what ended up going down is, so as you guys know, I drive for a living. I do Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, things of that nature. Well, there was one week, a couple of weeks ago, I ended up picking up somebody, and this is the dumbest shit. I pick up somebody, drop them off, I pick up somebody else, and right as I'm about to fucking drop that second person off, I get a message from Uber saying that they're going to deactivate my account temporarily because the rider, one of the riders that I had, which I only had 2 riders, so I know who it was. The rider ended up forming a complaint that my car smelled like marijuana. So they were going to deactivate my account temporarily, and I guess what they were planning on doing is, I guess what the protocol for that is that they take a look at my criminal background history and my driving history to see if there's anything that is weed related. And if they don't find anything, then they just put me back up. Well, you're not going to find anything weed related, for one, because I don't smoke weed. And I don't have any illegal charges on my fucking criminal background history. I have nothing on my criminal background history in the state of Michigan. I guess in Indiana, according to Guido, me and Guido are on the fucking gang list for the fucking, you know, for being juggalos and shit. But not in Michigan. I'm not on the gang list in Michigan. And I don't do anything drug trafficking related or anything like that. It's not like I work for Postmates or Amazon Prime. I deliver food and people. If the people just so happen to have some dank buds on their fucking person, why am I the one that's affected? That's what I'd like to know. Why the fuck am I affected by this? And secondly, in Warlock side and DJ Run for Cover and Raven Brigade and Sid Jones and Echo Side Fiend, all y'all motherfuckers that I just mentioned and more can actually attest to this. And I'm going to be a fucking dick about this and do when I say this in the most greatest of fashions. Marijuana is actually recreationally legal here in the state of Michigan, Uber, you stupid fucking Silicon Valley fuckholes. So why would that be against me? As a matter of fact, why the fuck are people complaining about my car smelling like marijuana if it's recreationally legal in the state of Michigan? I think it's because somebody voted no on one and got butthurt because more than half of the population of the state of Michigan wants weed legal. A good portion of those people probably live in the UP, and if you've ever been in the UP, you have no fucking idea how boring it is north of the Mackinac Bridge. That ended up happening. 2 days later, I got my account back. So I go back on the road. I pick up one person, I drop them off. I pick up another person, and in the middle of that ride, I end up getting a fucking notification saying that they are once again deactivating my account because somebody had to complain about the fucking side mirror being cracked. Which was true. The side mirror was actually cracked. It took me 2 weeks to get in touch with somebody, come up with the money to be able to fucking get that shit fixed. I have been skipping bills to get this side mirror fixed. And I go to Safelite to get the mirror fixed because, you know, when you think, hey, let's fix some glass, you pretty much think Safelite, right? And so the mirror is cracked. I take it to Safelite. They take, so they ask me, what kind of car am I driving, and blah, blah, blah. I let everybody know what the fuck is going on. Yes, Pastor Crazy is preaching. Hallelujah. So I give them the information and stuff like that. They said that they have to order the part for it to come in. It's going to cost me like $75 in order to get the replacement and all of that shit. What a pig Venus. So I go through all of these hoops. Last week, Thursday, I have the money to be able to get this part paid for and all of that shit. And what ends up happening, they ordered the wrong fucking part. These people are retarded. So then they ended up finding out what the problem was and why they ordered the wrong part. They forgot to fucking ask for the VIN number. You know, if you have the VIN number, it'll tell you every single part is explicitly what it is that you need in order to replace something in stock. As long as you have the fucking VIN number. Well, they didn't ask me for the fucking VIN number. All they asked for was the year, make, and model of the vehicle. They didn't even bother to ask me for the VIN number. Idiots. So now they decide to ask me for the VIN number. I give them the VIN number. I give them the year, make, and model. I give them my phone number so that way they can order the part and that way they can fucking call it in. And they would let me know when it is that I'm going to get the part. They called me yesterday to let me know that they got the part in. Well, I'm broke as of this point. I don't have the money to be able to get this shit. And they said it's going to cost me like $126 now because it come to find out that the mirror that I needed was heated, and I never even knew that. I never realized that I had heated mirrors. I've never noticed that because, well, for the 3 to 5 months that it's usually so cold that shit frosts over and things of that nature, I've never had the mirror none of my mirrors have been actually able to fucking heat up and melt the snow and the ice off the motherfucker or anything of that nature. Either that or I'm just not paying attention because, you know, like I turn on the car and I go. I don't let it warm up. I'll let the engine warm up everything. Fuck that shit. If you can't see the green on my fucking lenses when the light reflects off them, then I guess I'm not the only one who needs glasses. Anyways, so I talked to my mom. My mom's like, "Well, do you have any of the money left from when you were going to get the part fixed?" And I said, "Yeah, I got $60." She's like, if you give me that 60, I'll give you my debit card so that way you can get the mirror fixed and I'll be good." Okay. So I give it to her. I give her the $60, and then after that, I end up fucking, yeah, so I give her the $60, and then she gives me the debit card. I call SafeLight and ask them if I can get in that day. They said, no, but we do have availability tomorrow. What time would you like to be in? I said, 10:30 a.m. I'll be in at 10:30. I get up this morning. I go to SafeLight. They put in the mirror. The mirror's not the same fucking mirror as before. Because, like, the mirror that I was supposed to have actually has, like, a fucking, a blind spot little circle thing. But it was heated, so I guess that's important. And this was great. I'll be able to fucking get this shit taken care of. Because the mirror was the one thing that was stopping me from being able to do stuff with Uber. So, before I left SafeLight, I took a picture of the mirror, I sent it to Uber, and after that, I started driving up to Comstock Park to go to Pet Boys, so that way I could get a lift inspection. The inspection was the only thing that was stopping me from driving for Lyft. So, I drive up to Comstock Park, and I figured, you know, it's salty, and I got my mom's debit card. I might as well just go through the drive-thru and get a car wash. What happens when I get to the car wash? Halfway through, the mirror gets fucking yanked off. So I drive around. I talk to the owner of the building, and he finds the mirror. The mirror's smashed up. Wonderful. So I filled out, he's like, do you want to fill out a form? Of course I do, you fucking prick! I just got this mirror replaced, literally, like a half hour before I went through this shit. Of course I want to fill out a form, because this thing, it needs to be fixed, and I use my car for a living. So, I fill out the form, he copies it, tells me, okay, you just need to go to Comstock Park, blah, blah, blah. You know, go inside Comstock Park. There's a body shop there. We've been working with them for 20 years. They're good people. They do good work, and blah, blah, blah. All right. I go there, and it's like noon by the time I get there. This motherfucker is closed for an hour. What the fuck is going on here? This is one of the worst types of things. This is like one of the worst days that I've had in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, fuck Stonehenge luck. This is Juggalo luck as a whole, where everything bad just happens to you all at the same fucking time. So I'm sitting here, no mirror on the, no side mirror on the driver's side of my car. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm a half an hour away from my house. I'm not going anywhere until this shit is fucking covered. So I sat in that parking lot for an hour. I watched Tales from the Lotus podcast, the episode that they did on Carnival Spirits. And I also watched a little bit of Nostalgia Critic as I was waiting, and checking out comments and listening to stuff on, Facebook, and, reading Facebook stuff and checking up on Messenger, things of that nature. And 1 o'clock comes, the door finally opens. I go in there and I give them my form. I said I just went to the car wash about an hour and a half ago, and their system, something in their drive-through ended up just pulling my mirror off. So they take a look at it. They take a picture of the mirror. They take a picture of my VIN number, even though it's already written down on the form. And so they ended up also noticing that the housing on the side mirror ended up fucking, yeah, the housing for the driver's side mirror also ended up cracking, and it ended up falling over to the side. So they're not going to replace my mirror. They're going to replace the entire assembly. Shout out to Big Ninja for that $5 super chat, saying, nice pins, fam. Whoop whoop. These ain't pins, motherfucker. These are actually stitched in. But thanks nevertheless. Apparently, Freddy doesn't think that, Freddy popped up and then disappeared again. But so apparently, we're not all his children now. But with that being said, Big Ninja is currently king of the super chat. Let the games begin, motherfucker. By the way, there's triggers in the description if you want to see some shit. But yeah, much love to Big Ninja for that shit. All right, so $95 more, and Tucker's gonna get naked. He's gonna B7 his fucking YouTube account. I know they do, but no, look, they're literally sewed into the fucking hat. I'm not a pin guy. So, that was all the bad news when it concerned that shit. But the good news is that they're not just going to fix my mirror, but they're actually going to replace the entire assembly. They explained to me that they had to get the part directly from Chevrolet, and then they got to paint it, and then they'll call me when everything is ready. I just drive up there, and they fucking... and so they fucking end up putting the assembly amp on there, and I don't have to pay a dime. It's all being taken out by the car wash. The car wash is going to pay for the whole fucking thing. So I don't have to pay a fucking thing for this shit. I don't have to pay labor. I don't have to pay the part. I don't have to pay for the paint. Nothing. And that's exactly how it should be. Right? Dope dick, homie. Dope hat. So nevertheless, that I guess is like the icing on top of the shit cake when it concerns all of this badness that ended up happening. Now, two things that I forgot to mention. One of them was while I was at the car wash, I didn't know where to go in order to file a complaint, so I just drove around and went right back into where you buy the shit, where you buy the fucking, you know, you just go into the kiosk and you order your fucking car wash. So I just hit a random button and I hit see maintenance, you know, maintenance request. And that's why I ended up that's how I ended up getting in touch with the manager of the fucking place. And he's like, well, I don't know why you decided to come in through here. And in my head, I'm just like, because this is the only way I know how to get you fuckers to come to my car. Second thing, which is kind of a what the fuck moment, was when I explained to the guy what happened. I told him that my mirror fell off, and he's like, oh, well, did you want a car wash? Did you want to go through again? No! Why, so the other mirror can come off and then you owe more money? I am probably not going to be going through that motherfucking car wash for a while. Specifically not that one. They broke my fucking mirror, but they're paying for it. Oh well, it's on them. It didn't say side mirror on the things that they are not responsible for. So the final what the fuck moment in this shit that ended up happening actually happened over at the fucking car shop, the body shop. The guy asked me if I wanted the mirror that was already broken to be put back on the vehicle. Yes. Yes, I do, because I don't want to sideswipe a motherfucker. What kind of retarded-ass bullshit are you people on? Goddamn, people are fucking stupid. He's like, well, I mean, you know, just to make sure that it doesn't fall off again, you know, we're going to have to tape it. We're going to have to put tape around the sides of the housing so that way the housing doesn't fall off or the mirror doesn't pop out. Well, good. You're smart. You are very smart. This motherfucker actually looked like Kyle Driver. So, no hate to Kyle Driver. I'm just saying that's what he looked like. He legitimately looked like Kyle Driver. Kyle Driver wearing Carhartts. So he pops the mirror back in and he uses duct tape to push it in. And then, you know, to keep it in place. And then after he's done with the duct tape, he says, Does the reflection in the mirror look all right? Are you going to be able to see? I actually had to lean in order to see into my blind spot. I'm like, this ought to do. You know, I explained to the guy that I drive for a living. I do Uber, I do Lyft, I do Grubhub. And so I need to get this car fixed ASAP. So this better not take more than 2 days. Because I get paid on Thursday. I got bills to pay and I got shit to do. And that's it for that shit. I'll probably update you guys once I get the damn thing fixed. Because as soon as I get that motherfucker fixed, finally fixed, then I can go to Pet Boys, I can get my lift inspection, I can get back on the road, and I can do my job. This is one of the few times where I'm actually going to have to ask you guys, please hook me up with some fucking STREAMLAB so that way I can at least get around to doing what it is that I need to do. If you don't, it's whatever. I'll figure it out. But that shit'll actually really help out. Nevertheless, though, I do actually feel that there are some other things that I was planning on talking about. One of the things that I did mention in in my story while I was waiting for the stupid fucking body shop to open up during their lunch break was I was watching Tales from the Lotus podcast. The episode that they were doing on Carnival Spirits. Now, this legitimately happened the other day, happened earlier today. And after the show was, after I finished watching the show, I tried to get in touch with R.A.D. because the denouement of that fucking episode, what the fuck? The entire premise of the episode was basically talking about how they are leading in the polls right now when it concerns the Replicon polls. And I'm like, what? Like, okay, because I'm in a way, I'm in a way involved in this shit as well. Mainly due to the fact that I've been chilling in the comments section, and I've been getting into a banter back and forth with somebody who is that much of a pussy that they can't put their real fucking screen name in this comments section. The motherfucker is basically going by the name Jugganati retard, and he's claiming to be a member of Jugganati, and he has beef with me. So I'm seeing this shit, and I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on? So with that being said, I'm in an argument with this cocksmoker, and he's basically trying to say that in a way I'm no better than the boy Blue when it concerns donations and stuff like that, which, if you want to twist it into a certain perspective, then yeah, he can be right. But it's the same kind of twisted perspective that comes if your name is Chuck Reeves, and you're trying to explain to him how a red car is red, and he's trying to explain to you how if you look at a vehicle, if you look at a red car from a fucking specific angle and the light is beaming off of it right, then yeah, it could possibly be blue. So this guy is trying to banter back and forth like, I know why he's fucking saying the shit that he's fucking saying, because in a way he thinks that it's getting my goat. The only thing that I'm fucking perturbed about, and I've already said this before, is the fact that, Blue is right. He and I have known each other for 10 years. But a lot of the stuff that he has been doing, and he's heard this before, so I'm not afraid to fucking say it. A lot of the stuff that he fucking does is very repetitive. He fucking he re-uploads old videos in the hopes that it'll get him more views and things of that nature. Nothing that he fucking does has any fucking credit or merit to it. And half the time, he makes videos just for the sole purpose of fucking asking for donations. It's not even Juggalo related, which is what he used to do all the fucking time. Most of the time back in the day, what he would do is he would just see something off of fucking realjuggalos.com or fagolovers.com the minute it posted up, and he'd say something along the lines of, yeah, I agree. Or, yeah, that sounds pretty fresh. Things of that nature. It was always a very agreeable kind of non-argumentative thing of that nature. At least until he decided to create Juggalo Drama Alert and try to be the Juggalo off-brand Keemstar. Nevertheless, though, I've got this Jugganati guy, and I know who it is. I know exactly who the fuck it is. Now, Blue is right on one thing, but I also have to add something. He just recently said, if you are a creator, then getting donations is a normal thing. While this is true, you were a fucking partner prior to things such as Patreon, Super Chats, Streamlabs, and things of that nature. And a vast majority of the time, all you fucking talked about was money, money, money. And it made it very difficult for people that were in the Juggalo community, that were partners, to actually have the availability and the pride to be able to say, hey, fucking donate if you want to support the channel. Before any of us found out about any of those fucking things, that's what the problem was. It basically made it so if I, back in the day, was saying, hey, if you want to support the channel, blah, 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 people were coming at me being like, oh shit, it's Boy Blue 2.0. So I stopped asking people for, fucking support donations and things of that nature, and I just relied solely on monetization, which really wasn't much even back then. I think when my original account got fucking shut down, I ended up getting a check from Google for only like $47, and that was after like 3 or 4 years of being on YouTube. But as of right now, I don't care about when it concerns the Boy Blue. The fact is that this Jugganati retard wants to fucking say, oh, I'm in Jugganati, and I fucking have beef with Kreyz. I don't have beef with anybody in the Jugganati. If anybody has beef with me and wants to claim it's all over Jugganati shit, it's because you fucking stopped repping Jugganati. And you are butthurt, and because of some things that I'm saying about the fucking Replicon polls, I'm the one who's going to be the one that's argued with by proxy, just because I'm fucking Jugganati. But at the same time, all of a sudden, Tales from the Lotus podcast ended up pointed out something that within 5 minutes, the Beard Speaks ends up getting a shit ton of fucking the Beard Speaks ends up getting a lot of votes within like 5 minutes. And then the whole thing, it ends up being the exact same thing that happened last year when it concerned Keegan the Creepass and Child's Play Ninja and Chuck Reeves. The exact same thing that happened last year is now happening this year, except Keegan's not involved, and now it's Tales from the Lotus podcast instead of Child's Play Ninja. What is this about? Cheating, buying votes, and things of that nature. So, apparently the Beard is making the accusation that Tales from the Lotus podcast has been buying these votes this entire time. And his defense is that I just started giving a shit about promoting The Beard Speaks on this shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Motherfucker, you ended up going on a major hiatus towards the end of the year, just like I did. You know what I'm saying? And you are on the fucking nomination list. Pretty much because you're in bed with Freaky P. That's why you're on the fucking list. Tales from the Lotus podcast, on the other half, ended up grinding on air and off air. Doesn't matter if people consider it the Dead Air podcast. They've been grinding offhand. And when they found out that they were nominated for this award, they grinded on that too. It's just like what DJ Run for Cover was saying on the last 2 episodes of Tales from the Lotus podcast. It didn't matter where they were. If they were on a live stream, they were plugging the Replicon polls. Hey, vote for Tales from the Lotus podcast. They got a fucking stamp of approval from other YouTubers like Child's Play Ninja, as well as myself. As a matter of fact, the link is in the description below. If you haven't already, go into the link in the description below, click on Replicon polls, click on the link for the Replicon polls, and fucking nominate your vote for podcast radio show / YouTuber, and vote for Tales from the Lotus podcast. Because they also have my authentic vote. I know for a fact I'm not going to win that in the other section. I've only got 4 votes. And I'm not even nominated. Now, all of this shit ended up fucking going down because of the mere fact that I ended up saying something about me not being nominated. When I said that it could be anybody but the Boy Blue. Myself, Carnival Spirits, which a lot of people agreed on that one. Even people that are in Carnival Spirits by themselves, such as Brooklyn Menace, Roxy Riddlebox. Other people could have been fucking up on there. And this asshole decides to try to say, oh, I'm jealous because the Boy Blue is up on there. Just because you put more videos on more channels does not necessarily mean that you're putting in more work. You know, the reason why I don't do as many videos as I do right now is not just because of the fact that I have a fucking job and I work for myself, but also because I'm trying to make sure that if I put some content up there, I'm going to make sure that it's something that's going to be worth watching. Though usually when people want to watch this channel, people want to see me roast some motherfuckers. People like my satirical asshole fucking, I guess for lack of a better term, gimmick. When really the reality is that the gimmick is just me dialed up to 11. That's the gimmick. The gimmick is an extension of myself, just cranked up. I'm a satirical person. I'm an asshole. I exude, like, I don't exude just charisma, but sarcasm as well. And I also have a lot of fucking angst. I'm angry. That's my secret. That's my secret, Tony Stark. I'm always sarcastic. Now, am I pissed off that I'm not nominated? No, I'm not. If I'm, like, I've seen what the Replicon Award looks like. It looks like a fucking child's arts and crafts project. Am I going to be proud to have something like that on my shelf? Probably not. Hell, there was when I worked for the Haunt here in Grand Rapids, the last year that I got this itty bitty little participation award, because I was the last winner. I didn't get any nominations whatsoever for any of their yearly categories that they do whenever we fucking go to the bowling alley and have a fucking potluck. I wasn't on any of the nominations. In the first year that I was there, I was not Rookie of the Year, or, I wasn't even nominated for that, even though I gave myself 110%. I fucking got injured on my second year. And I didn't even get a participation. I didn't get any kind of award for that shit. Now, that I was pissed off with, because I had it set up so that way I'd be able to have enough days to work around my work schedule, so that way I could actually fucking get at least some kind of award. I put 110% into it, and I fucking fucked up my knee. I had to be out for for like the second half of October, because I wasn't able to do it. I was having pains in my fucking chest, and it was mainly due to the fact that I kept on ramming into the walls as I was trying to pretend to reach people and things like that. Scared the shit out of so many fat black women. But I injured myself. You know what I'm saying? What did I get? I got this little participation trophy, about like that big. It was like on a marble it was on a marble cast, and then the fucking Grim Reaper was actually like a foam mold that the owner of the place actually made himself. So, I was pissed off that I got this participation award, because I grew up around this era where, you're not, even if you're not even if you're not like in first place, you're at least the last winner. That does not do shit. for anybody's self-esteem. If anything, it turns everybody into what these millennial people are about now, where they don't feel like they have to do anything, but you can get an award for it. So, participation award, not a must. Now, when it concerns this type of thing, I don't really care all that much about the award, not because I'm not nominated, but because I know what it looks like. It looks like my fucking haunt participation award. It looks like something that somebody cut, pasted, and glued together in Boy Scouts. Now, am I upset or jealous at the fact that the Boy Blue is nominated on the list? I'm upset, but not because it's him and not me. It's because it's him and not Carnival Spirits. It's because it's him and not Brooklyn Menace. Have you seen Brooklyn Menace's shit? Have you seen the shit show? Have you seen stuff that goes on Studio 17? That motherfucker puts it down. He's also been making little creations of fucking Nightbot. Like he made the actual Nightbot and fucking puts a robot voice behind it. He fucking made Donbot. He made Warlock's Bot. Like, that's the shit. And it's creative as fuck. I've been seeing a lot of the stuff that Roxy Riddlebox has been putting down on her work and shit. Whether it be Chillin' in the 303, or The Show Must Go On, or some of the other shit that she's been putting down. And she's got a lot more ideas from what I hear that she's going to be putting down on a bunch of other shit. Like, she puts down and she grinds. You know, Brooklyn Menace fucking grinds. TJ fucking grinds. And Tales from the Lotus podcast is grinding. They've been grinding for the last almost a year. Their first anniversary is fucking coming up. And within less than 6 months, they already had enough time for their live streams. And they've had enough fucking subscribers to be able to get accepted for monetization in less than, in 6 months or less. Because they spread their shit, and and they put down their work. And the way that I look at it is like, they deserve to be on that list. They definitely deserve to be on that fucking list. Rookies of the year like a motherfucker. And the votes that they had ended up acquiring over the last couple of weeks are very 100% deserving. But when the Beard Speaks ends up getting bought votes, and then Chuck tries to fucking defend it by saying, oh, well, I just started giving a shit. No, motherfucker, you lie like a rug. You lie like a motherfucking rug when you're trying to say that shit. Especially when you're trying to fucking tell Tales from the Lotus podcast how much it costs to fucking buy the votes. Nobody knows how much that shit costs unless they're doing it. How do you know? How did Chuck Reeves know that it costs $40 at a certain website to fucking go and buy these votes for this motherfucker? How do you know that, man? Logic would fucking explain that the only reason why you would actually know about that shit is because you have done it yourself. And the reason why you do it is because you are not that fucking confident that you are going to win your boys' fucking award show without it for the second year in a row. Now let me try to explain something to you, son. Tales from the Lotus podcast, offline, they're fucking going on other live streams and they're putting in their endorsements. You've got somebody like Child's Play Ninja with 13,000 subscribers, and he's putting in his endorsement. You've got myself, who, while I have a small fan base, I have a pretty good fan base as well. a pretty dedicated fan base. I got enough people that are watching in comparison to my channel where there can be that level of endorsement. And even if I'm wrong, it doesn't matter because Child's Play Ninja has at least 1,000 fucking views every time he does a live stream of that endorsement. So, of course, Tales from the Lows podcast, because Child's Play Ninja's not up on there, not nominated at all. And I know I'm not going to win. I don't give a fuck. But I want to see Tales from the Lows podcast fucking win. If not already, because they're my boys and they're Jugganati, but also because you're complaining. And I love watching you fucking squirm. It's fucking hilarious. It may not show in your emotions, but, you know, in your body when you're doing live streams, but I can see it in your eyes. You're miffed. You are Twitter-pated about the idea of winning a fucking award show that's being held by your boy. So, when it concerns that shit, Tales from the Lotus podcast deserves a vote. Now, this was long-winded as fuck, me talking about this, but it's the setup of what was to come. Because I'm watching this shit, and they're talking about all of the same things that I just talked about. But then when it gets to the tail end of the fucking episode, a rush of what the fuck moment ended up coming in. And what that was is DJ Run for Cover and Warlockside arguing over whose house the award's gonna fucking go to, and you don't even have the fucking award yet. What the hell are you fucking arguing about? This is beyond a what the fuck moment. This is actually a different word. It is a word that is uttered in Child's Play Ninja's show. And apparently I'm not allowed to say it because in various places off the internet, you can get your face caved in for it. But y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all definitely know what I'm talking about. Skinny G, stick a fork in your ear for that. Now, as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter. All that you guys should know is that the effort and work that you put in for your show for the last fucking year, that is the reason why you were nominated, and it is absolutely fucking retarded that you guys would be arguing over that shit and Run fucking saying that Warlockside was on some bullshit for bringing it up into the fucking chat. You guys know, both of you, all of you, everybody that's sitting here watching this shit right now that ain't putting in the super chats and STREAMLABs, you bastards. Y'all motherfuckers know that that award, that Replicon award, is made out of nothing but kindling. It doesn't matter which house it gets sent over to. Set that motherfucker on fire. It does not goddamn matter whose house the award's gonna fucking go to. You idiots. I'm calling you both out. Run and Warlockside. You're on some dumb shit for fucking arguing over a goddamn award that you guys haven't even won yet. So, to both of you guys, you both are my friends. And I'm just putting you on Front Street right now. If you don't like it, come at me, bro. As far as I'm concerned, y'all got that motherfucker in the bag unless Chuck fucking cheats his ass off again. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it doesn't matter whose house it goes to. The award's a piece of shit anyways. That thing will fucking break on the way to your house. As far as I'm concerned. So the next time I watch an episode of Tales from the Lotus podcast, y'all two better be kissing. And with that being said, I would like to see dragon emojis in the chat from anybody else who fucking agrees with me. If y'all agree that them arguing over an award and whose house they're going to is being retarded and stupid, fuck diamond emojis. Throw in those dragon emojis. I know it's been a while since y'all used fucking dragon emojis, but they're there. Exactly. I'm with that on Stonehenge. Stonehenge is right on this shit. Rub butts. Y'all be rubbing each other's butts. That's how we fucking do in the Juggalo community. Show your butthole, and man, rub his butt. Show some tender loving. Show your respect. I don't think that they were. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I know some of the things that, you know, are kind of like not worthy of being up on there and shit like that on Carnival Spirits. And this was on Carnival Spirits as this was going down. I already got yelled at because of something that I fucking did on Carnival Spirits, which was an accident. Well, I mean, I did it on purpose, but the intention was kind of vague. But nevertheless, I got yelled at. And I was told that that none of the OGs on Carnival Spirits should be worried about whether or not we're going up on there and fucking sabotaging the channel or fucking trying to troll motherfuckers with it, because that's not what it's about. It's supposed to be about fucking Juggalo unity and all of that shit. So I told dude that I fucking talked to that I wasn't gonna do shit like that. They should know me better than that, and that I wouldn't do anything to fucking sabotage or try to hurt the credibility of Carnival Spirits. But since now I guess I'm officially a member, or maybe I'm unofficially a member, I'm on there by proxy because I'm fucking Kreyz McKormik, goddammit. That now I got some extra responsibilities. And with that being said, like, that's the closing end of all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how you can tell them in the Midwest. So the last thing that I was going to talk about was I ended up getting a message from Hatchet Reviews. And it's actually involving Fearless Fred Fury. Well, holy shit, I think I actually said it right for once. So, this is what's being said. And I don't know if this was like a Facebook post or some shit like that, but it says, "Attention Juggalos, Insane Clown Posse are back with not just one, but 2 new albums in the pipeline. The independent hip-hop group will release their new album, Fearless Fred Fury, on February 15th. And by the way, that's a Friday. Fans that buy a physical copy of the Effort album, maybe, will be rewarded with a one-time use promo code to download another LP, Flip the Rat. You can pre-order the Effort here, and there's no fucking link or anything of that nature. But that's another thing. And there's been a ton of different websites that have been popping up. A lot of unknown websites that have been popping up and fucking saying, pre-order it here and you can get a digital copy of Flip the Rat and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit. As far as I'm concerned, like, I know that a lot of people really don't want to go to psychopathicmerch.com to buy this shit because we all know the fucking credibility of Merch Now, which is the company that they're going through in order to distribute all of their shit. Because we could get the pre-order, we could probably order the pre-order, and then we'd be able to get the copy of Flip the Rat and shit, but chances are it would probably be like a month and a half after the release date that we would be able to fucking get the fucking physical copy in and of itself. And I don't know about any of these unknown websites. I don't know a lot about all of these unknown websites. As a matter of fact, I'm probably not even going to go onto any of these sites and pre-order it. I'll probably, if I get the pre-order, I'll probably end up getting it on psychopathicmerch.com. Just so that way I can have that physical copy. Maybe if we go to FYE, then we could probably get the physical copy and maybe we'll be able to get Flip the Rat that way. Or maybe what we have to do is we have to mail our proof of purchase to Psychopathic Records and then we'll get a physical copy of Flip the Rat. Who the fuck knows? We're not getting anything official from Psychopathic at this point in time about what to do in order to get our fucking copy of Flip the Rat. And not to mention, I thought that Flip the Rat was supposed to be an EP. Now it's going to be a full-length LP. What the hell is going on? And we're not getting any messages from Psychopathic about this shit. I haven't got a tweet, haven't got a fucking email, haven't got anything. Haven't seen anything on Facebook. Not even a fucking Instagram post. Fine, that's okay. Maybe we should check out Periscope. I don't know. What's the details on Psychopathic Records LinkedIn? Has anybody checked their LinkedIn to see if they have any posts about Flip the fucking Rat? Okay, Tucker, what shit are you talking here? I'll admit, Siznak, Blaze, and maybe Captain Flannel have a few things over me, but you two guys are in your late 30s and are nothing but hollow clones of whatever other people create to cosign. Who the fuck are you talking about? Are you talking about Violent George? And everybody, Necessary Evil, everybody is fucking jealous of Chuckbot. Everybody is jealous of Chuckbot. I'm in my mid-30s as of right now, I will say that. I mean, do I look it? Or has it that I've been consuming enough sugar over the last few years that it's been actually able to keep me rather preserved? I try to read my chat every once in a while. Hatch reviews, eat my dick. The link from that message just takes you to Psychopathic Merch, and that post was from Loudwire. Oh, okay. Loudwire is awesome, actually. Shoutouts to Full Metal Jackie. I don't know if she still works for Loudwire anymore, but Loudwire is the shit. So, yeah. Thank you, Hatchet Reviews, for explaining that. So I guess that's basically what the situation is. Get your fucking pre-order from psychopathicmerch.com, and then you'll be able to get your digital copy of Flip the Rat magically. So this actually makes me curious. What the hell is Flip the Rat? What do you think it's going to be? Do you think Flip the Rat is going to be the album of outtakes that were going to be on Fearless Fred Fury? Or do you think that's going to be like a separate album that comes out like 6 months down the road unabridged? Like, it'll probably come out be like, oh, it's going to be an exclusive at fucking Super Gathering. And then like 2 months after the Super Gathering, it ends up being put out on digital. Like, I've seen House of Wax is now on digital. I don't know at all what it is to be a day one Juggalo, but I know what it's like to be a Juggalo for 24 fucking years. I don't care if people consider it cool or not. You should check out the shit that I do when people act like that shit. I fucking roast motherfuckers. I roast. It's what I do. Thank God for people like George Carlin and Elliot 419. I'm able to take black humor and satire, well, actually not black humor, but dark humor and satire and mix it with Juggalo shit and aim it at you. Because people are fucking stupid. Alright. Now I see shit going on in the fucking chat and people are fucking arguing, and you know what, hold on. Oh, fuck yeah. That's right, fight, bitch. Oh, yeah. Where's my popcorn? Oh, for real Spooky Tuesday? Alright. So, in 4 days is when it says that it's going to be coming? Awesome. Yeah, I agree with Hasher Reviews. Hashtag comeback419. I miss Elliot. I've been wondering what he's been wanting to do, what he's been doing, what he's been up to for like the last few years. Spooky, I bet you that it's probably going to come in like a day or two early. That's usually what happens. Well, don't roast Tucker. He's gangster. He will hurt you. He has people. Oh, I'll roast the fuck out of Tucker. I don't give a fuck. No, like, what Tucker will do is he'll bitch on like 2 or 3 videos, and then 24 hours after they go up, he'll delete them. And that'll be it. Some of you all are almost 30 and never lived on your own, and it shows. I don't get ad revenue, so donations help me get by. Dude, don't you have over 2,000 subscribers on your fucking secondary channel that is now your primary channel because your primary channel got shut down? And if you've got over 4,000 hours of fucking quality, then you should be set. You should be able to get your shit monetized. I mean, even this channel's a shit channel, but I still get monetization. And I also still get fucking super chats. See, I'm going to tell you exactly where you fail. And it's no fucking secret. Blue, I need you to pay attention to me. I know you're here. Obviously, I see you in the chat. So I'm going to explain this to you in a simplistic possible fucking explanation. When you post more than 2 videos in a day, You are making it so YouTube's algorithm thinks you are a spammer. If you post one video a day, then you will have better fucking chances of getting seen. All you have to do is just compile everything that you want to fucking talk about into one whole video. So the video will probably still be less than 10 minutes. Upload it to your fucking channel. And then any other time that you want to fucking record something, you just hit the record button, not the live button, but the record button. And then you stop. And then you talk about something else when you hit record again. And then stop. And then all you do after that is you just fucking wait until 24 hours of whatever it is that you want to fucking talk about. And boom, you're done. One video a day. One video every 24 hours. You could give or take an hour or two within that 24-hour period, and it will still squeak by YouTube's algorithm. You do that enough, and you'll probably end up getting more than fucking 100 views a day. Why am I helping him? It doesn't matter if I fucking say this shit or not. He's not going to listen. He literally goes by the beat of his own fucking drum. I've explained this shit to him 3 times already, and he still blames the algorithm on his fucking lack of views. So it doesn't matter if I fucking say this out loud to him or not. And at least the other people that are fucking creators on here will actually listen. Because I see a lot of people that are on here that are actual creators. Mr. Ryan, Stonehenge, fucking Hatcher Reviews. Y'all motherfuckers can take that into consideration of what it is that I'm talking about. Blue, on the other hand, will probably still make 7 fucking videos a day on every single one of his channels, and then he'll turn around and he'll fucking blame the algorithm for his shortcomings. It's wasting my breath on him. But the rest of the motherfuckers that are up on this channel and fucking and actually make content and want to fucking do that shit, y'all motherfuckers can take what I say into consideration. I already said you, Mr. Ryan. I know that you're a content creator. Just a lot of you other content creators out there will take a listen to what I actually have to say. Because I've been on here for fucking 10 years. Granted, I'm not doing as much as, say, Child's Play Ninja. Of course I don't have 13,000 subscribers. I know what it takes in order to get up there in numbers. I just barely have the fucking time to be able to do it because I do shit for a living. And I also am not very good at managing time. I have poor time management skills. Usually I just go to work, and I work, and I work, and I work. And then when I have a little bit of spare time, it's either I'm doing this or doing what I do a vast majority of my fucking day. Although I actually decided to be on this channel and doing this rather than playing a fucking video game. Okay, so, Mr. Ryan, you just said that you missed what I said. Basically, it's this. When you make content on this channel, or on this platform, and I'm going to reiterate this. When you're making content on this platform. It is probably in your best interest if you only make one video a day, every 24 hours. At the most. And the reason why that is because if you put in like 4 or 5 or how many ever fucking amount of videos that Blue puts on his channels per 24 hours, the fucking channel makes it so YouTube's algorithm thinks that you're spamming, and it'll fucking purposefully make it so your channel is not being seen because they don't want spam accounts on this shit. So, with that in mind, basically, you don't want to put too much content on at the same time. Now, I've paid attention to Blue for a very long fucking time when it concerns his videos. He used to do that shit and the algorithm wasn't there, and that's one of the things that got him a lot of popularity. Was because he was putting in like 2, 3, 4 videos a fucking day. Something would pop up on realjuggalos.com or fagolovers.net, and then he'd post a video talking about the fact that it was popped up on fucking realjuggalos.com or fagolovers.net, and then he'd be like, oh, well, I think that's cool. I think it's cool that they posted that, without putting in an opinion or anything like that about what the content of the article was about. But nevertheless, though, he would do this like 3, 4, 5 times a day. Instead, now, the algorithm has changed, so if you do that, then the channel will make the algorithm think that that channel is a spam count. Instead, what he should be doing is he should be fucking recording the shit that he sees, especially with like these 2.5, 3 minute long videos. He should just record it, put it together, and then upload it after 24 hours. You know, render the fucking video, upload the fucking video, and have it so it's just the one video that pops up in a day. If you did that type of shit, then more people would probably end up watching him over time. And I've explained this stuff to him. I've explained this to him now 5 times. And he never does it. Another, among a lot of other things. It's as I said. Oh, what up, Carnival Spirits? Which one is it? TJ? Scotty Balls? Fucking reveal yourself. Now, as I said, I've explained to this numerous times. Among some of the other shit that you need to do in order to fucking get your video out there. Oh, but he doesn't have enough time to fucking put in tags or to copy the name of the title and put it in the description or put it in the tags or post links to whatever the fuck it is that he's talking about. Hashtags. It's too much work. I just want to throw and go. It's not how it works. If you want to get popular, if you want to be seen, it's just like any other job. You have to put work and effort into it in order to make it so your shit is put out there. You have to put in the effort into this shit in order to get your name out there. Do you think that, let's say for the sake of argument, let's use the remake of Ghostbusters, which I fucking hate, as a prime example. Even with how shitty the movie is, one of the executive producers ended up being Dan Aykroyd, who played Ray Stantz in the original Ghostbusters. He wanted to get his fucking money back on that shit, so what did he do? He had to lie through his teeth and fucking promote the shit out of that movie, saying not only was it scarier, but it was funnier. I have a good cameo appearance in it. Bill Murray has a good appearance in it. All of the women in it are absolutely super funny. Paul Feig is a great director. All of this other stuff, he had to chug so much cock in order to fucking get that movie out there. Even though it didn't work, That's what he had to do. Do you think that if he didn't think that this thing was a stinker, that he wouldn't be on every single possible syndication in order to get his money back? Hell no, dude. Dan Aykroyd fucking grinded to put that shit smoke fucking video out and in the public ear and in the public eye, so that way that thing could be seen and he could walk away with a fucking even check for the amount of money that he ended up putting into that fucking piece of shit. I love Dan Aykroyd to death, but, you know, still, you know what I'm saying? I love Dan Aykroyd to death. I hate that fucking movie. This is the way that I fucking help out. Is I put you down and then I build you up. I'm like the army. I take you down to the lowest common level and then I rebuild you. Unpopular opinion number 665, the Ghostbusters reboot was decent. No, the Ghostbusters reboot actually was eh. It was kind of eh. It was meh. That's what it was. It was meh. Mainly because there were some parts in the movie that was actually funny the first time I watched it, and then it was immediately fucking followed by an unfunny movement. As a prime example, having Thor wearing glasses with no, you know, wearing the glasses frames with no lenses in them, and then they ask him, why don't your glasses have lenses in them? Oh, they kept getting dirty, so I took them out. And then a gong plays that's so loud that he covers his eyes because it was too loud. Thor, what are you doing? See what I'm saying? Every single funny spot that was in that movie was followed by a very unfunny spot. The queef joke was a little bit funny. Like, it was a fart in a fucking, you know, on a fucking recorder. And then Kate McKinnon had to ruin the joke by saying, would it make you feel better if I told you it came from the front? As hot as you are, Kate McKinnon, kill yourself. I don't care about your opinion on my opinion, Carnival Spirits. Beastmaster, TJ. Don't make me fucking say something in the comments section of the next Carnival Spirits video, goddammit. I'm fucking with you. But that's basically the case. Tucker has never had consensual intercourse. Well, I mean, it is consensual if she's on roofies and she can't respond. She didn't say no. Just saying. Okay, so there's going to be a little bit of pain to this, so I'm going to need a financial cushion in order to overcome this pain. Who wants me to fucking call Blue? Well, I don't agree with your disagreement. Oh, Stonehenge is getting up out of here? Alright, see you later, Stonehenge. What up, Roxy? Bill Cosby mentality. For crack money. No, he don't do crack no more. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Later, TJ. Here's what we're going to do. Throw in... Let's see. Let's see, are there any good emojis that I could fucking use for this? We need to give we need to look in here for actual like emojis and shit. Just for the sake of having a fuck Blog Talk Radio. We're going to I'm going to try to do something here. Obviously, my dragon emoji is my emoji. The dragon emoji is the official Kreyz McKormik emoji. Does anybody have a fucking emoji for blue? Like, does blue have an official emoji? Because I think we're going to make one for him. Everybody's all like pleading with me not to fucking call him. Why? Why? What's the problem? You don't want to fucking talk to the legend? Hatchet reviews throwing up oh goddamn dog. Damn. That's cold, Obi-Wan. Holy shit. I'm just saying, Blue, they are not gonna go easy on you. For real. Shit's happening. I don't know why, but it's actually like starting to get. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, and never mind. My fucking shit is getting choppy here. I don't know what's going on. What is going on? The fucking computer is basically at a point now where it's like, oh my god, you're trying to close something out. I need to freeze and think about this. Stupid thing. It's supposed to optimize itself when I'm not using it. Okay, there we go. Oh, what the fuck is going on? A beer can is his emoji, $, or trash can. Well, can we find a $sign with a trash can, or like a trash can with a $sign on it? Or something. Gimp ends up putting on the smiley with the $ signs in its eyes as the official blue emoji. That's kind of funny. Okay, so the chat, like my chat ended up freezing. So I don't know what's going on. Why is it freezing? So I'm trying to close out my chat. Because, yeah, my computer decides to be a butthole. It's going to take me a second. My chat just kind of froze up a little bit. Oh, and my chat just completely disappeared. I'll try to see what I can do about restoring the chat. Hopefully this didn't boot me offline. Doesn't look like it. There we go. Ah! Oh, there you go. There you go. Nah, we won't give him the shit emoji. We'll give him the beer emoji. Cigarette, beer, cigarette, beer. Yeah, that's how we're gonna do. Okay. Y'all motherfuckers are cold. I'm just saying. Trap house. Oh shit. No, it's good now. Should be good now. Okay. No. Trying to get things back in restoring order. It should work just fine. Let's see what happens when I reload this page. Yeah, I guess you can give him that, Inquisitor. At least he's honest. He's honest about basically that type of shit, yeah. Jesus Christ, Hatchet reviews. Chill the fuck out. Yeah, exactly, Tucker. That's exactly right. Oh, it's saying the page is unresponsive. Fam. But fam. Well, you know, if he actually does what I suggest to him, then chances are it might actually help him out. Just saying. Blue, you've been saying that you need to reapply for SSI for like the last 5 years. Get around to it. I'm sure your mom can take you to where you need to go. All right. So, all right, cool. Well, it looks like that's all I really needed to do was just refresh that shit. So, okay, so, like I was saying, now that we've got that out of the way, and shit is fixed up, sort of, on this shit, let's see what the chat has to say. So put in the beer mug emoji if you want me to fucking call Blue, or put in the dragon emoji if you do not want me to call the boy Blue. I'll wait. I want to see the influx of emojis come in. I want to see what people have to say. Alright, so far we've got beer mug emojis. Beer mug emojis. Spooky Tuesday does not want me to call Blue. Oh shit, we're getting a ton of beer mugs. No, apparently they do want me to call the boy Blue. I said beer mugs if you want me to call the boy Blue, and dragon emojis if you do not want me to call the boy Blue. And I am seeing a lot of fucking beer mugs. And a coffee mug. For some reason, Violent George decided to throw a coffee mug at the end of it. Somebody sent a French horn, Stonehenge. That is not a beer mug. That is a French horn. Coffee, beer, buzz beer, cat beer, chino, cigarettes and beer. It does look like I'll be calling the boy Blue. Oh, somebody decided to throw beer mugs clink. Oh, this is Tucker. Beer mugs clinking, one big beer mug. I think that's a beer stein. And then a highball. It looks like whiskey with pizza in it. I just want to hear him beg on the phone. Y'all are cold, I'll say that. But alright, here we are. We're doing it. Dolphins.
Freddy Spillpig Palace, how may I help you?
Fuck you, I know it's you, Fred.
What's up, man?
Nothing much. Apparently the consensus was everybody wanted me to call you.
Well, here I am.
Yeah, but what to talk about is a completely different situation. I don't know what...
Okay.
So I don't know what they want me to fucking call about. I guess one guy ended up saying, yeah, Juggalo John said, I just want to hear him beg on the phone. So I guess, do your fucking thing with that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm currently looking for donations to get weed because I'm trying to not smoke and cigarettes and drink beer. So if you want to donate to the weed fund, my PayPal is theboyblue91982@gmail.com with Paco.
Mm-hmm. See, as you can tell, it's the weed fund and not the crack fund because he doesn't smoke crack anymore. He gave this...
I would be out. I would have sold my computer and phone by now for crack.
Right. And you probably would have also gone to, like, a fucking Kroger's and, like, stolen a fish thermometer to smoke the crack. Yes. Crack the tip open, let the mercury dry out, drip out. So, okay, let's see. What's his drug and alcohol issues now? Inquisitor717 said that. No, dude, he just explained. He wants to quit drinking. He wants to quit smoking cigarettes, and all he wants is weed.
Yes, and I'm trying to get my medical card. I have my application, but I don't have the money to apply for the card. I have to pay the doctor's office and the application fee itself. So I don't have that money.
Yeah. So, like, I guess that there needs to be, like, a completely separate fund away from the weed fund for the, for the card. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I always got ninjas every year telling me, oh, I want to help you get to the gathering and shit like that. And I can't lie. I'm a little intimidated. Like, I don't want to shit myself at the gathering because I have, like, IBS. So I was thinking maybe if I do go, I'll wear a diaper in case I shit myself.
I doubt that you'll shit yourself at the gathering. I didn't at my first gathering. I got tear gassed at my first gathering.
What?
Yeah, remember the whole thing in 2002 at Peoria about the cops throwing tear gas because the guy punched a fucking security guard in the face. Because the security guard pulled this topless chick off of her boyfriend's shoulders. You know how all that shit ended up happening, and then, like, don't you remember that shit?
No, it's not ringing a bell, but Tucker says, ask him how he feels about being the first Juggalo YouTuber. I was not. I actually have to give that award to CPN because I found CPN when I started getting on YouTube with his music video Creepy and shit. And I was like, yo, this dude is fresh as fuck. And then we started connecting and shit. Like, and you were mentioning Elliot earlier. Yeah, he was the shit, one of the first Juggalo YouTubers and everything. But yeah, CPN created his channel in 06, I believe. And I had created mine in 07. So I was not the first Juggalo YouTuber.
I think I created mine in my original channel. I think I created mine I think it was late 2007 that I ended up creating mine. Because I know that it was during the time that I was still working as a teller when I started making remember the first videos that I was doing where I was like sitting in an office and shit like that. Like I was working in there. I worked there for like a yeah for a I worked there for a little bit, and that's how I found out about YouTube. And then I ended up getting a fucking laptop, and I started making the videos off of laptops, like off of the laptop cameras, and that's how I ended up getting my start. But
yeah, I remember your video on your original channel. It was like NWO themed, like from wrestling.
Everybody remembers that fucking video. Yeah, because like I was beefing with the Tulsa Anti-Juggalo League at the time, and I found out that they were wrestlers, so I decided to do a parody of like the NWO promos. So I thought that was because I thought it would work out very well, and people would fucking people would probably get the joke if they were following the whole thing. But to be perfectly honest, like half the people got it, and the other half of the people thought I was a part of the Tulsa Anti-Juggalo League.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was actually really funny.
Sorry.
That was cool. Yeah, George
said, ask him about botting for views. He's probably just trying to trigger me, but that does kind of trigger me because it's comical to me that people think that I actually botted for views. All right, CPN thinks I botted for views because I had made videos that weren't Juggalo related on my channel. I made them public, and my most popular video was actually not Juggalo related, and it had over like 250,000 views. And when I made those non-Juggalo videos public again, that's what spiked my views on Social Blade. I did not bot. I'll take that to my grave and then on into eternity.
Honestly, like with me, I'm not even gonna fucking get into that about my opinion of it myself. But like the way that I looked at it, I was like, okay, I can see where he's coming from, I can see where you're coming from, but I'm in the middle, so like I'm not taking sides on this shit. I'm just gonna I'm letting that fucking go to rest myself. I know when to pick and choose sides, and when I should fucking start throwing shit at people. And this is definitely not one of them.
Yeah, but I don't know, whatever. It doesn't really bother me. It just kind of annoys me, though, and I feel sorry for people that actually believe that shit. I'm sorry if you actually believe that I botted. You're fucking retarded.
Well, it's like like I ended up having a conversation with you about that as well, like a while ago. I think it was last year. I ended up having a conversation with you because of all of this shit that was going on, because a lot of people, there are people out there who do believe that shit. Me personally, I don't care which is which, but I mean, like, it's been, like, even prior to that, there's been a lot of shit that has happened because, to your channel that has actually caused a lot of heavy hitting. You've lost a lot of people viewing your shit. For some reason, they wouldn't unsubscribe to your channel. Like, you'd be sitting there with, like, your original channel before I got shut down was resting over 9,000 subscribers, but you were only getting like, you'd be lucky if you were able to get over 100 views within a 24-hour period.
True.
That's why I ended up calling you before. Like the last time I talked to you, you were like, nah, fuck YouTube. I'm not going to be doing YouTube shit. Facebook and Instagram and trying to make memes of myself is where it's at right now. And I'm like, yeah, but there's really no money in it. Like, I don't see how you're getting money off of Facebook and Instagram. They're both owned by fucking Zuckerbot, and like, he's getting all of the fucking money with his brainless fucking expression on his face.
Yeah, if you didn't know, if you need on your like page, you need 10,000 likes and so much watch time, like YouTube now, and you can actually monetize your Facebook videos.
Really? Just the ones that are getting like 10,000 likes and views?
Now, once you need like at least 1 minute views on videos over 3 minutes. I forget exactly what it is, but yeah, they have some kind of system like YouTube. Like, you need a lot of traffic and watch time to be able to monetize your content.
Right. See, like that I didn't know about. Although for me right now, like I'm not getting a whole lot of traffic on there anyways. I've always had YouTube as my central hub, and I'm making money on that, and that's where I think it needs to be, personally. So like I tried to explain this to you before. No, no, I'm solo. No, I don't need to be a part of a network. To be perfectly honest. I would rather prefer not to be on a network at this point in time. I mean, I do work on my own, so I don't know, I'm not hurting for monthly revenue. So I decided to just say, fuck it. If I make $100 in a month, then I make $100 in a month. If I don't, then I don't.
Yeah.
But this is what this is basically what I was explaining to you. I've been giving you little nuggets of information, what you can do in order to try to revamp your channel, try to get back into this. Now, granted, you've been pushing YouTube as long as I have, maybe a little bit harder because you have a lot more free time than I do. But it's really one of those things. Like, there is a part of me, as much of a satirical asshole that I am, there's still a soft spot in me that just I can't help but fucking pity what you're going through to fall so far from grace. For one, like you were on the top of the fucking molehill, and then you kind of ended up falling down, falling from grace. You lost your main channel. Your main channel is now your secondary channel with 2,000 subscribers. And you said, despite the 2,000 subs, you still have 3,000 hours of watch time left to go until you're able to get monetization.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a way of trying to whittle that down?
I don't know, like when I post YouTube I post videos simultaneously on my new Facebook page because I lost my main Facebook page too.
Oh, shit.
That records everything I do. But anyways, I like posting my videos on Facebook and on YouTube. And I get more views on Facebook, probably from people just scrolling their feed, and then giving me a couple second views or whatever with autoplay on or whatever. I turn autoplay off myself, but it just seems like when I go live, I get more viewers if I go live from my Facebook profile or public figure page or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, Necessary Evil wants to know if the carpet matches the drapes.
No, I did not dye my pubes. No, I did not.
Like, aren't you naturally a fucking ginger?
No, I'm naturally brown. But I did dye my hair red recently. I need a haircut, then I'm going back blonde.
Oh, okay. It's gonna fall out, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So, okay. Now, let me ask you something when it concerns the fucking your content. Now, a lot of people that I've talked to, they say they don't care if, like the content that you're doing is 640 or if it's 1080. Or, whether it's fucking grainy or whatever the fuck. Like, I'm sure that at some point or another you would like to get yourself a fucking upgrade on your video quality.
Yeah, well, I usually use Google Hangouts. I do have a video recorder on my Chromebook, but I usually go live from the lowest quality setting from the Hangout to save data. But right now, I've been buying my most expensive unlimited data plan every month on my prepaid. So I actually have the data to sit here and watch your show or to broadcast in high quality. But for any of my videos that are low quality, that's from when I don't have data on my phone.
Okay, so, like, you're able to do that shit so now because of that, you're able to do shit in high def.
Yes, I have the data. I can record videos on my computer or go live in high def if I wanted to, yeah. So.
Well, I mean, that, from what I've heard, that is one of the things that's probably setting you back a little bit, is when you weren't doing shit in high def, because like everybody else had moved on from doing SD, just standard definition. Everybody else had moved on to HD, and you were kind of just like, eh, I'm still doing SD. Fuck y'all. But
Yeah, I know. Like even if I'm on video at all, sometimes I'll just do audio only because as long as you can hear what I have to say, and like I have the perfect voice, I have the perfect face for radio. You know what I'm saying? So you don't necessarily have to see my ugly face, but not goofy eye and shit like that. You know what I mean? So I got my start being the shirtless, self-proclaimed white piece of shit.
right.
And I used to get more respect when I was a family man, but then when my girlfriend kicked me out, I started losing respect from people. And then I came out as bisexual, started losing respect from people. And then, just always looking for money, losing respect from people.
The Juggalo religion is another thing that was causing people to lose respect for you as well, because I remember that, dude, for like a year, you were pushing that whole thing. You were like, well, there's some people who actually do believe that it is a religion and stuff like that. And people, people would respond by saying, well, why does it have to be you? It just sounds like a fucking marketing scheme, a money-making scheme. I mean, it's on YouTube, so it kind of is.
Yeah. I recently came to the conclusion that it's more of like a belief practice, like Buddhism or whatever isn't really a religion. It's more of a belief practice. It's like a way of life. You know what I mean? I've come to that conclusion.
Right. I mean, that's kind of how, like, I think a lot of people were actually pushing it like that. It was just like, no, dude, it's kind of more of, it's, in a way, it's kind of like, how the Bible isn't real, but, like, the stories within it are fucking, those are supposed to be like the, the message of what it means to be a good person and blah, blah, blah. And the Dark Carnival is supposed to be kind of like the same thing. A lot of people say that, I actually found something that somebody posted on Facebook that said every single major religion basically has that exact same kind of message that they're supposed to give to people, whether it's like Christianity, Taoism, even somewhere in the Quran, it's basically like do unto others as you would have done to yourself, and in a way it's kind of the same way with the whole, the Dark Carnival mythology, where it's like, don't, be a good person, blah blah blah, don't, each, because obviously we all know each Joker card has a specific message that is trying to reach out to people.
And I'd rather believe that. I don't believe there's a real Dark Carnival or there's the Juggalo or the Joker cards are real, but it's something that I take great pride in, and it's what I choose to believe as my belief system. You know what I mean? And it was my religion, and it still is a religion to some.
Yeah, like it's a moral code. It's supposed to teach you more along the lines of morality, rather than to be taken literally.
I'd rather have that than religion.
Yeah. See, I think that's the problem that a lot of people had when it concerned that shit going on. Like a lot of people just, kind of tried to argue with everything that was, that was being said during that time, and you were just like, no, I'm going to continue pushing it, and then it would piss more people off.
Yeah, so, I'm pretty good at making a bad name for myself,
Right, yeah. I mean, I've been watching you for as long as I've been on YouTube, and you and I are kind of on an on again, off again kind of speaking terms thing. It's mostly because, I try to tell you something, and you just kind of push it off, and I'm just like, well, then fine, fuck this guy. To be perfectly blunt. I think that's been one thing that a lot of people have fucking done, where they would see something that you would do on YouTube, or if they would hear something that you would say that they don't like, and then they try to project that, and you're like, well, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do this anyway. Hashtag give me $1, and then fucking people are just like, well, fine, fuck this guy.
Not to mention, I have the Boy Blue Devil character I do that some people take serious. I've even caught the attention of Kung Fu Vampire one time, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck Twisted for selling out." And Kung Fu Vampire was trying to preach to me why, I shouldn't hate on their business. And I was like, dude, it's a joke. Calm down. I don't really talk like that.
I hate to say it, dude, but like the fucking Like, I'm annoyed. I know it's a gimmick, but I'm still annoyed by the Boy Blue Devil. Like, the Boy Blue Devil I don't think is going to get you anywhere. Like, especially if, like, you're saying one thing on this channel and then you're like, yeah, what's up, Doc? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of tired. I think that the Boy Blue Devil should be one of those things that should just pop up sporadically, like some of Child's Play Ninja's fucking characters, where they just pop up sporadic, just every once in a blue moon. Whether it be, whether it be Cuck Reeves or another motherfucker that is not allowed to be mentioned because that motherfucker is crazy. I'm not even gonna fucking say names. I suggest you do not do the same. But, you know who I'm fucking talking about.
I really don't.
Really? Okay, then I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'll tell you off the show.
I don't know.
But there's a lot of hops in there.
Actually, now, the Boy Blue Devil is now also my rap name. Did you hear my first hit single, Fuck Everybody?
No, I did not.
Alright, you don't want to. Don't look it up after the show. It'll make you cringe.
Okay. Now, with that being said, have you listened to my hit single, Fantasy Becomes Reality?
No, is that new? I saw your tweet. You're working on new music.
I am. I posted something towards the tail end of last year, and it's actually gotten some pretty good response. It's the mixing is shitty, but it actually is pretty good lyric wise. A lot of people have really dug it.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know the first thing about beats or editing a song together and shit, so my shit's just acapella. That's like, I don't know how to edit videos. I'm just a point and click kind of guy. I just want to speak my mind and get people's attention. You know, I don't make fancy intros or nothing like that, you know?
Right.
I have no desire to.
Well, you see, the thing about that is, and I explained this to you before. And I explained it to you on this live stream twice, as a matter of fact. If you want to get your shit out there, it's the same thing as having a real job. Like, you're going to have to put the effort out there. Nobody's going to come to you if they don't know that you exist. The only way that people know about you right now is because of a lot of the shit that people have been talking about you for the last, fucking half a decade. People just know about that.
I have to agree and disagree with you there, because I am a procrastinator and lazy and shit, but I work hard at adding friends on Facebook to share my public figure page. I just have to make a new main public figure page, got over 1,000 likes in a week. You know? I'm good at promoting my, social net. I have 17,000 followers on Twitter, but barely no interaction. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, I think part of that has to do with, what I was talking about before, where people had seen you do the same thing over and over and over and over again. And eventually it gets to a point where your channel has videos that just somewhat seem repetitive. And you've even gone to great lengths to where you have taken old videos that you did back in the day and repackaged them as if it's something new. And a lot of people just say, well, fuck this guy. A lot of the content that you do is a little bit tired. And so, and you got to think about this. If you, you watch The Amazing Atheist, right?
I love TJ.
Okay, so if you've noticed over the years, he has found ways to reinvent himself. It's the same thing as wrestling, where you have to reinvent yourself and repackage yourself in talking about certain types of things. TJ used to talk about back in the day, he talked about a lot of random stuff. And every once in a while, he would have a segment called Skeletor Speaks, or Ask Skeletor, or something. And then there was, one where, for a whole year, he acted like he was above everybody else. And then after that, he transitioned into talking about social justice warriors and doing a lot of the stuff where he was answering questions for white people from black people, Asian people, gay people, from social justice warriors and all this other stuff that they were asking white people, and it was responding to that BuzzFeed shit. And now he's doing the shit that he does now. So he continually repackages himself. He knows how to repackage and market the new packaging. And it's just basically the same thing. But granted, it takes a lot of work at the start when you're not sure of what it is that you need to do in order to get that shit taken care of. But once you get into the swing of the things, it just becomes like second nature, where you're like, okay, this is what I have, this is what I have to do, and then you just go down the list of the things that you need to do, and before you know it, then all of a sudden, you can start getting other people to start talking about your channel, to be like, holy like, because if you did this shit, then people would be like, holy shit, the boy Blue just completely reinvented himself. Like, I don't know how he fucking did it, but he fucking did it.
Yeah, people eat it up. Like, I've gone a couple months without drinking, and I'll post on social media, like, oh, I've gone so many days without drinking, and I get tons of likes, and positive feedback. People want to see me better myself, and I understand that, I'm saying? I just have some fucked up things going on in my head, y'all. I'm trying to figure shit out here, but,
right.
It's not going to happen overnight.
You know why that is? You know why everybody is rooting for you? Even though a lot of people still kind of think that you're a piece of shit. And I'm not mincing words here. Everybody wants to see an underdog overcome. You know what I'm saying? I want to see that personally. I want to see that shit with your channel. You fell from grace. I'd like to actually see you do what it is that you want to do in order to make an income. So that way I can stop hearing people fucking, including myself, fucking say that all you ever do is beg for money. Like, earn the money, like, have it so that way you don't have to say or make an entire video dedicated to you just asking for a fucking handout. Rather than just being like, hey, look, it's there if you want to fucking donate, and then have people start fucking donating, and then you'd be able to make your monthly income. If you do enough of this shit, like, but you have to put work into it. Like this channel, like whenever I do a live stream, it's kind of like a me ranting about shit channel. That's how I've kind of repackaged myself, and that's how people know me on this channel, is just being a sarcastic asshole, and I hate everything. I'm like basically Kreyz McKormik, the fucking ranting middle-aged juggalo. And people kind of expect that shit from me, and that's how people want to fucking see my shit. They want to hear me fucking complain about shit. That's why I started off with talking about the bullshit going on with my car and my side mirror, And it's because of the way that I fucking explain things, like, and me, I talk with my hands, I move around a lot, I'm very animated when I talk. And people dig that shit. That's me. It's basically, if you think about it, and I explained this already, it's like a wrestling gimmick, just taking an extension of yourself and cranking it up to 10. And I think that a lot of people really do have a problem. Maybe this is just me personally. I don't know. If somebody throws dragon emojis in the chat for about this type of shit that I'm fucking talking about here, I think a lot of people tend to have a problem when you, Fred, as, like, you constantly are fucking like, I am the self-proclaimed white trash trailer park piece of shit juggalo. You don't have to be like that. You don't, like, that does not have to be you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can take that shit, you can turn it around to something more positive. Like I said, people love watching other people on the come up. Like, that's how it is with me as of right now. Because I just got out of a relationship. I'm in my mother's basement. I'm trying to work my way out of this. And on this channel, that's another thing that I show on this is I'm not complacent with where I am. I want out. I want independence. I don't want to have to rely on anybody but me. And I think that that's what people expect out of me now that I'm saying that. I think a lot of people really want to see that with you as well, because you've been in this situation longer than I have. I think people want to see you succeed, and that's why some people kind of stick around. And there might be some other people that are just like, well, he's not going to fucking change. He's not going to improve. Why the fuck should I support this dick? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Yeah, or like TJ from Carnival Spirits Beastmaster, shout out, actually said, I caught a stream one time where he said that he watches me, but only because it's like watching a train wreck in progress.
Yeah, some people do. Remember when you started, remember one of the, this was like, I don't know, 4 years ago? You were so drunk in the middle of a live stream, you passed out on the bed and everybody thought you died.
Yeah, I had to do a week in the Looney Bin for that, on Blog TV, I remember that.
And then it was like a year or two later, you ended up being so fucking drunk, you passed out walking on the way home, and you almost caught hypothermia and died. And you were resuscitated.
Yeah, I died on Easter. Yeah,
yep.
3 years ago, I nearly died, but it was like total blackness. I didn't have any kind of near-death experience or nothing. It was just total blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
You know, and you made a video talking about that shit. You know, like, I mean, you know, like that definitely hit a lot of people in the fucking feels. But I think that that's why some people are still watching you and still pop in every now and again because they want to see you on the come up. I mean, there's some people that have just completely washed their hands of you, but it's up to you if you actually want to turn that shit around. Try to better the situation instead of just being acceptant and complacent with what it is that's going on.
Yeah, it's just I've lost my passion for video making.
Find it again.
I haven't even done a Sorry, what?
I said it's not really that hard to find it again. I mean, it might take you a minute, but I think what would be best, and I think I've explained this to you before, if you lost your passion, figure out what it is that started it in the first place. Why did you start doing it in the first place? It wasn't for money, because you weren't making money when you started.
Nope.
Yeah. Why was it that you started doing stuff on YouTube?
I'm sorry, you sound like a robot for a second there. I don't know. I've just lost my. I've lost sight. I've just lost my way. I'm a lost soul. I'm a lost cause. But I got to try to turn that around.
Yeah, exactly. So quit with that depressing bullshit. Fuck off with that. Life's too short to be fucking depressed, dog. I know that a lot of stuff is, you know, I know you. You're down in the dumps. You know, you're a little bit blue, so to speak. But no, seriously, like, why is it that you started in the first place? Why did you get up on YouTube in the first place?
Well, I like getting my opinion out there and being heard. Like, I met the mother of my children on a party line on the phone. You know, I just like, interacting online and stuff like that. And when I started making videos and people started watching them, and I was getting like 50,000 hits a month, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it felt so good, just being knowing that my voice was getting heard.
Yep. So tap into that. Like, I mean, I still do this shit. I remember exactly why it is, and that's the exact same reason why I started doing stuff on YouTube in the first place. My voice is being heard. As of right now, I don't know how many people are viewing, but I know that there are people that are. And there's still people in the chat right now that's fucking saying shit. Even people that I'm seeing on here, people who were mocking you, are actually starting to come around a little bit in the chat, if you can't tell. I have 24 people fucking watching my shit. And this is on a whim with no advertisement whatsoever. Because, my channel, I do shit irregularly. But what I'm saying, though, is that, I still have that passion. I rediscovered my passion when I came back 3 or 4 years ago. I've been making videos on here ever since. I don't make a video unless I have something that I need to fucking discuss. If
and
you...
I can't lie, I'm jealous. I see this whole new scene of people and some of the old school people, interacting and being a part of the carnival story, like going to the gatherings, going to shows, doing, like, CPN has a barbecue cookout. You were at Comic-Con or at the Dark Carnival convention, right? You hosted a gaming session there, didn't you?
Yeah, for like a day. and then the shit got
I'm
shut
down
down
for that.
because of BBS. But no, see, here's the thing though. Like, we put work into it. Like, we put the effort into our channels and to do that stuff, and we discovered other people. You know, like, we discovered other people in this situation. Like, we discovered Siznak. You know, we got Violent George now, who came out of nowhere. Pig Venus. Even fucking Trippin' Balls came back. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, we found a bunch of other people that are, you know, that are content creators. People like Snaps. You know, we found Snaps, we found Captain Flannel, and, you know, a bunch of other people. Like, you know, CPN, Carnival Spirits, me, like, we all tried to do what we could to try to reinvigorate the Juggalo community, because for the longest time, the shit was dead. And now we have a, once again, thriving Juggalo YouTube community. Like, I even hashtag that shit. Hashtag the hashtag YJC. Like, and that helped out. You know? Like, but the thing about it, though, is that we put in work. And we, you know, and, like, for people like myself and Child's Play Ninja and TJ, like, it really wasn't anything that was really much different than what we had done in the past that got us into that little inner circle clique that we started off with back in the day, 12 years ago. You know, like, all it was is just, we rediscovered our passion, and we put to the test, and we started discovering more people. And I want to see that with you, dude. Like, I want to see the underdog on the fucking come up. Like, in this situation, dude, for real, like, everybody else is the Russian and you are fucking Rocky Balboa. So come on. Like, but the thing about it, though, is that, you know, I don't make a fucking video unless I've really got something to fucking talk about. You know, that's one thing, too. I mean, if it takes some time to rediscover your passion and why it is that you make the videos that you want to make, you know, that, like that would be a good start off. Like, remember, I retired a while ago. I retired shortly after the whole blow up with Aggravated Amanda. And then...
And then when I was on CPN show and you called in, or he called you or something, I'm like, oh my god, they're talking again? That, like, blew me away.
Right. I mean, we squashed that. And that was around the time that I started coming back. Because I had rediscovered that passion. Like, I got over the whole Aggravated Amanda thing. I talked to Child's Play Ninja, and we squashed that shit. And shortly after that, like, I mean, I took some time off. I mean, granted, it was a couple of years, but I took some time off to try to rediscover what it was that I wanted to fucking do YouTube for. Why was it that I was doing this shit in the first place? And it was because I wanted my voice to be heard. I wanted to have, well, I'm also an attention whore. I find myself to be a little bit entertaining, and people did too when I started getting my shit up out there. You know? And it's more than just clicking a button and talking. It's more than that. Like, you could tell if somebody has something in their voice, that they have that passion. People can tell that they are being entertained by that shit that you fucking say. You know? That's basically what it is. And crowd interaction is one of the things that I love to do as well. But it's like, you know, you can't just fucking point and click and let that be the end of it. Like, you have to have a drive for this type of stuff. It's kind of like, think about it like this. If you were a professional wrestler and you were in the WWE, but you're not trying to get the WWE title, what the hell are you doing it for? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're not trying to fucking get somewhere on the top, what the hell are you doing it for? You know, you used to be on top. You know, you were the fucking champ at one point. Why don't you try to fucking get it again?
Hey, I I don't know. I just work on my social, not just YouTube, but my social media presence in general. You know, I mean, like I was telling you earlier, I add Facebook friends, I have them like my page, and you know, I post memes. I'm known as a funny meme poster now. So,
has that gotten you anywhere?
It got my main Facebook page taken down, so I had to create a new one.
So you're saying no, it got you nowhere.
No, it got like you fucking getting my YouTube channel taken down for posting stupid titles like I'm going to cut off my penis and eat it after masturbating violently, you know, and then boom, strike, and my channel was taken down.
You know,
post offensive memes. People are ready to just report everything I do. They want to see my downfall so bad. They report all the memes they can. Anything I post, try to get my Facebook profiles taken down. And I got my YouTube channel taken down. It's like the haters are starting to win. Like I've gone through the Bill Wagner crew, Juggalo Holocaust. You know, no one can run me off. I'm always going to be here, and I'll just pop up with another channel.
Well then, fucking do it, dude. Fucking look past the haters. Like, dude, I got fucking haters. They ain't shit in comparison to what we went through back in the day. Like, these kids are fucking dorks.
Yo.
So, fuck them. You know, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even Trippin' Balls is saying, you know, you can do this shit. Don't give up. You know, I'm trying to help you. You've got a lot of people, even on my channel, that are watching this shit right now, supporting you. You're in the chat. Look it up. People are actually fucking supporting you. They want you to fucking try to be up on the come up. And that's what I've been trying to fucking do for you for the last 2 years. You know, I mean, I do it a little bit differently. Like, I'll fucking troll your ass, and then I'll fucking bring you up. You know, I'm like the military. I will take you down to your lowest fucking, you know, to your lowest fucking breaking point, and then I rebuild you up. But, you know, that's, I mean, shit, I didn't have to do part 1 already. You know, like, that already happened as it is. But I want to see you. Like, don't be like, yeah, but fuck all that shit. You know better than that. Get that shit out of your head.
I need to lay off the sauce. Like, right now, I have the money to go get a 32-ounce iced beer, but I'm fighting the urge, you know? It's what people want to see me, you know, go, like, 5 years from now. I'm 5 years clean, but people want to see me say that, you know?
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something, and this will make your decision real fucking good. Okay? Are you gonna fucking go to the store and buy a 12-pack and get fucked up for 5 people who want to see you get fucked up? Or are you going to stay not fucked up for the 2,000 people that are subscribed to your channel that don't want to see you get fucked up? Which one would you rather fucking entertain? 2,000 people who want you to stay sober, or 5 people with, you know, fucking each with $1 that's, you know, that wants you to get fucked up?
I want to better myself, but it's like I just want to make excuses so I can get another fix, you know, so I can just get that another drink, you know, to take the edge off. You know, I just want to keep on making excuses, and I know that doesn't look good at all.
See, here's the thing, though, dude. The drinking thing is not the only thing that you make excuses for. You're making excuses for a lot of shit. Like, I'm explaining to you exactly what you need to do in order to improve your channel, rehabilitate it, and make it so you can actually make money. And you're like, yeah, but I don't want to fucking put in tags. I just want to point and click. That's an excuse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
I want to stay clean, but I got this fucking $5 bill in my hand so I can fucking buy a blunt wrap and a fucking deuce. That's an excuse. Like, you know what you have to do, dude. I've been sober for a very long time. Like, I smoke cigarettes, but I don't do drugs. I don't fucking drink anymore. Like, I quit drinking a long time ago. I quit smoking weed like 3 years ago. And I actually have, you know, I have more money to do stuff with other things, like wasting it on Nintendo. You know? Like, I just basically traded one addiction for another, but that's beside the point. You you know, I've always been a Nintendo freak. You know that. Like, I've always been into Nintendo and shit. But what I'm saying, though, is, like, don't, you know, like, it's all excuses. Like, the whole thing with you saying, oh, well, there's less people watching my shit because YouTube changed their algorithm. You have to change as well in order to keep up on the up and up. You can't just give up. What have we been hearing since Hallowicked in 2017? What have we been hearing? Exactly. So take that into consideration, Fred. Fight back. You know, you're at the bottom of the barrel with your channel and your social media grind. Fight back. Get back up on there. Get back up on the fucking horse and ride that wagon that, you know, ride that fucking wagon into the sunset John Wayne style. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right? People are even fucking putting hashtag make blue great again. What's that?
Violent George said Blue should start vaping. Yeah, everyone tells me that, but I don't have the money because I vape.
I mean, I have vape. It's like 26 bucks or something like that. I don't know. I usually buy house products, and it's like 15 bucks where I pick it up. But y'all, Tucker's now saying if Blue OD'd, y'all would act like he was your best friend, like when people die on Facebook with heartfelt RIPs and grandstanding on people's deaths. Probably not. I don't know. I'd be like, okay, well, Blue died. That sucks. Because I'm not there to fucking mourn myself. I don't know.
A lot of people would be happy about that.
But the way that I say...
I've heard that before. I'm sorry.
The Blue should try Kratom.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I've heard that before.
Talk to...
alcoholics and pill addicts.
Yeah. Talk to Leroy Jenkins. He sells sludge. So, there you go. There you go, Leroy Jenkins of 7th Dimension. There's your free plug, asshole. Now, like I was saying, though, dude, like, I know what you need to do in order to fucking get your channel back up and running and have you fucking get back up on the horse. You have a lot more free time than I do. So if you listen to me and don't fucking talk back and don't try to make excuses, I can guarantee that you'll start getting more fucking views. And you might even be able to fucking switch shit around and make it so people can actually have, some people might return. Some people might actually have a little bit more respect for you and things of that nature. I mean, would you like that?
It would be nice, but I, always say, oh, I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I'm going to keep doing me and getting by. That's the way I know how to, you know what I'm saying? It's just that, I'm very thick-headed and dense, you know that.
Yeah. Well, how's this for a fucking break on that thickness? How's it been working for you?
Well, I get a lot of hate, but I still get a lot of love, you know? I have people that donate on a regular basis. I work for someone promoting. They pay me a set amount monthly, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it hasn't been enough to, it's been enough to just scrape by, dude. Like, I know your situation. It's been enough just to scrape. Like, I think that it would, if you were able to get, even at best, $100 a month, even with all your channels that you're fucking doing, if you were able to get $100 a month on one, and you have, 7 other channels?
I got different channels. I'll post different things too. Yeah, like Juggalo, Drama Alert and shit.
Mm-hmm. And if you were able to do something with every single one of those channels, if you were able to make 100 on one channel, and you got 7 other channels, that's $800 a month. If you were able to market it right. If you were able to market all of that properly and correctly, then you would be able to fucking make it so that way you could start making $100 a month. I mean, yeah, for one channel, you're not going to get another, you're not going to get you're not going to get everybody to throw on the same channel, on every single channel. Each channel is going to have different stuff, but I think that if you treat one channel like a major hub and be like, you know, go to this channel if you want to talk, you know, if you want to see my actual content, you know, other than this bullshit, and actually have content on there. Like, okay, like say for example, I've been on this live stream for over 2 hours, you know, because I've had constant fucking content, and believe me, this kind of sucks because I really gotta pee. You know, I drank 24 ounces of Red Bull, but I'm still kicking it. And what I think, you know, if you, as long as you maintain what those channels are about, you reinvent yourself with every single one of those channels, you still be able to make a pretty decent amount of money. And if you market your Patreon correctly, then you might be able to start making money off of that too. Because I see your Patreon, and you're just like, you know, support for like $1, $5, $10, $15, $20, all the way to $100. It's like, nobody's gonna fucking do that. You know, if you give them a perk, if you give them an actual perk, then
that's the thing. I have no tiers. Like my number, I put my number out there. It's a Google Voice number, so if you try to prank me, I can block you. But you know, I put my Google Voice out there. You know, I ask people if they want to do shows and shit like that. You know, I try to connect with the Juggalo family, but I must not be doing it right, because I could, if I really put my mind to it, I know I could excel at this shit.
All right, so okay, listen, I gotta cut this short. I'm actually gonna get off of my live stream because this bladder thing is not working out for me right now. I really gotta fucking take a piss, you know. So like, I'm actually gonna cut off of this, and I'm gonna let you go.
All right, thanks for having me on the show, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem, man.
All right, talk to you later. Hit me up anytime.
All right, man. Whoop whoop. Alright, so that was Blue, ladies and germs. Alright, with that being said, I really gotta fucking take a piss, so I am out this motherfucking bitch. Thank you to everybody that was watching. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Shout out to Blue for the fucking hook, for the fucking conversation. King of the Super Chat being Big Ninja with that $5 killer deal. And shout outs do definitely go out to D Venom, Rick Silgrood, and Spooky Tuesday being a part of my fucking $5 plus Patreon. And with that being said, I gotta fucking cut out of this before I piss myself. Much clown love, y'all. Whoop whoop.